Hello everyone, and welcome to the Q&A answer vid. I really wanted to do a bit sexier than this, but my video editing skills are pretty much non-existent. So I hope you bear with me and just assume that I'm going to answer the questions like this, even if the background pictures might not be the best. Anyway, I'm just going to go through the comments, like pick out those which got a lot of likes I didn't answer by text and that I feel are worth answering. And yeah, do it like that. So, JTJ asked, mine simple, what, where, how did you come up with the in-game name Genghis Wolves? That's a pretty long story, actually. When I was a kid, like, I don't know, 13 or something, like something around that, I was reading, or I loved books from Conor Gordon about Genghis Wolves, called Wolves of the Plains and Bones of the Hills and Lords of the Bow, something like that. 3 or 4 books in a row. And I really liked those books, so I kind of, how it is, you kind of get a family towards Genghis, the Genghis Khan, the Mongol guy. Those books were historical novels. And then at some point came the point where for, I don't know, some browser game or something, I needed a nickname for the first time. So I picked Genghis Khan, but then I felt like it was a bit, I don't know, A, shitty, and B, yeah, like I didn't deserve to call myself Khan or whatever, like, but I wanted to keep the Genghis. And basically, the birth clan, at least according to that book, I could be wrong, but I'm going to believe it's true, of Genghis was called the Wolves. So I figured, like, Genghis, Wolves, Genghis to the Wolves. And my family name is also Wolf. So all that together made that happen. That's that. And that was Genghis Wolf, and then, just never changed it. How can RT be rebalanced without removing it? Asked Tom Ottaway. There's a lot of ways probably, and nothing's awesome because removing would be the best thing, but I know that's impossible, or at least, yeah, you can't really do that if you're wargaming, as much as I'd like it to happen. My opinion, what they should change is make penetration equal to 0 or 1, so that Archie just does not one-shot stuff like Batshats and Neos and Scouts and stuff, because the point of Archie is to destroy camping TDs and stuff. They have armor, they don't get paid anyway, well, they shouldn't. So that you don't have those one-shots on mediums. And you only have splash damage. Improve the aim time a lot, like to 5 seconds or something. I'm talking like tier 8, 9, 10 RT, yeah? Improve the aim time a lot. Decrease the alpha a bit, decrease the reload a bit, make it more accurate, but make the dispersion way, way, way worse. So that you basically have an RT which can very quickly zoom in on a stationary position and be pretty exact at what it's hitting. So if you don't move for 5 or 8 seconds or something, you get wrecked. But that if you're actually moving and the RT tries to follow or pre-aim or whatever, it's nearly impossible because the aim circle gets big so fast. That's what dispersion means. It's like how much bigger the aim circle gets when you move it around a bit. That's what I would do. And yeah, as I said, reduce splash, reduce alpha, and reduce penetration or remove penetration, so that you don't have those annoying one-shots and you get something which does 500 or 600 damage every time it hits or something, or 4, depending on the RT. But that it's really good at hitting stationary heavies and stuff like that, but just does not hit moving, dodging tanks. And also reduce the arcs a bit. A lot of the problem also is in map design. For example, if you think of El Haluf, shit, I should have prepared this better and have a mini-map. But El Haluf, the heavy corner, I guess all of you do, the corner where everyone brawls, which is the only useful part of a map, to be honest. If you play defensive there, your arch is safe. As soon as you kind of try to do anything aggressive, like push, poke, whatever, you're not RT safe. From both sides. So if there's one RT, okay, it's annoying. If there's 3 or 5 or 4 RTs, it's literally whoever moves first loses, and that's just completely retarded, and that's due to the map more than RT. Or to both together, I guess. Well, I'm gonna answer this anyway, but yeah. My question now is, there's 3 marks on most of your tanks. I know, I'm awesome, Kappa. Please tell us some secrets how you get the marks, because I get that question all the time on my stream. Are only 2 things, damage and assisted damage, which is spotted and tracked. So do more of that, aka play better. Sounds stupid, but that's it. Thanks to the rule change, Wombats and Tornado Rocks both now play on the Aru cluster. What teams do you see that you see the Grand Finals or something? Maybe Nekabird, oops. So for those of you who don't know, what you're talking about here is WGL, which is a wargaming ESL professional player league, which I'm playing in. I played in Oops last season, and I'm now in Knäckebrot for the season, which starts in mid-May, so pretty soon, by the way. And there was two Russian teams, Womats and Tornado Rocks, which had literally 7 out of 7 Russian players, or 8 out of 8. And which were, well, basically there was a new rule now for this season, which comes now, that at least 50% of your players have to be um, European. So they got removed. What I think of that, I don't know. I mean, for me personally, it's good. I'm going to probably make more money because it's going to be easier, right? Because they were two of the best teams, or the two best teams. That's what you should probably add there. So for me personally, that's not bad. I know that Wombat is more or less disbanding. There is a new team coming up. I guess I understand it because it's meant to be the U server, so I guess that's that. But I just think that that kind of rule should be there from the beginning. Like, they took too much time, which kind of sucks for the Wombats and Tony Rock's players. Is it possible to see KB or Oops at the Grand Finals? I guess it is. It's possible, yeah. Which is are the most OP tanks in World of Tanks? So I'm gonna assume you mean with OP compared to that tier, right? Because like a T29, for example, is completely OP at tier 7, but sucks in a tier 10 game. And I'm gonna comment only on like tier 5, 6 and above, because I just do not play anything lower. No, I don't even play lower than tier 8, so yeah. At KV1S is a tier 5, right? Yeah, it is. That thing is completely... KV1S and KV1 with heat in the 1 to 2 are like completely broken in my opinion. So are some low tier American TDs with like the turrets, like the stuff M48A1 and stuff like that. Tier 6, KV85. ARL with gold is really, really good too. Hellcat is still completely OP. I played a bit of Hellcat for the missions, the TD missions. That thing was just broken. I mean, it was boring to play. I really didn't enjoy it, but like the pen is just ridiculous. Let me think. Tier 7. Tier 7 is kind of a shitty... Oh, I mean, you have the T29. T29 and Tiger are really good at that tier. That's pretty much it, I guess. Tier 8 has a lot of... no, Tier 8 IS-3. IS-3 is just the most retardedly broken tank I can think of, actually. Maybe even like all tiers combined. Maybe after the T29. But like IS-3 is just completely overpowered, and I mean, you see that in old ESL format, you see that in Clown with the tier 8 and stuff, and in randoms. Like, that thing is just retarded. Tier 9 is really a tank, as a tier where there's like a lot of really good tanks and then a lot of not so good ones. Best tier 9s in my opinion are... And I know everyone's going to be raging because their favorite tank's not going to be in here, and it's a pretty long list actually. E75 SDI, T54 E1, T54, M46 Patton. What else? There's more. Oh, there is more. Waffle Tier 9 is also not bad. The 371 sucks. The E50 obviously is OP as fuck too. Is that it already? I feel like there's more good Tier 9s. Oh, the T10, like the old ISA, is also really, really good. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Conqueror is also really good. Like, it's really a tier with a lot of really good tanks, but none which are like completely broken. Tier 10, well, the Waffle OP, I don't know, broken for sure. In my opinion, the most OP tier 10s, the two most OP tier 10s are 50B with APCR, because yes, 50B with APCR and with AP are not the same tank, and the T125. Especially in like randoms, because you actually, like, you know, E5 against tier 8 is just kind of ugly. What is my favorite tank in World of Tanks? I would say it's Batchat at the moment. Probably it's a Batchat. I used to really love the Jack Panther 2, but the HT nerf just pretty much, as well as gold ammo spam, made the superstructure rip, so yeah, Batchat. Grats over 5k subscribers, thank you, Scorpio. Why did I left Oops? Me and Grossa had some... I would even say disagreement. Yeah, I guess some disagreements, and I decided or we decided together. It's weird. It's not. I didn't completely leave. I didn't completely get kicked. It's somewhere between. It wasn't gonna work out. There is no drama. Like, there's no hate from me to them, or the other way around. But I just figured I want to change team and go somewhere else. After talking to Gosa at the end of the season, Gosa being the team captain of Oops. In team battles, clan wars, strongholds, etc. Which one of the biggest mistakes you see teams do repeatedly? Have shitty players. And that includes all teams, like Omni included completely. Um, except for that. Stupid. No. Camping against better teams, that's not a very good idea. If you're against a better team, you should do some kind of. You should take risks, definitely. But those risks should be like maybe not taking RT or not sending scouts to the other side so you have like 2 tanks more in the main fight. And not camping. Camping very rarely works, except for some very broken maps. Yeah, I think that's it actually. And like shitty pushes, I guess. How and why did you start playing World of Tanks? I actually don't remember. I know it's like, well, you can check my World of Tanks in-game profile. It tells you there that it was 2011 or something, so like 5 years ago. But I actually do not remember like what point in my life that was. How the fuck I downloaded like a game, because that's like I was not the guy who tends to download free stuff because he sees an ad somewhere like free stuff, free game. But at some point I had it and I started playing and kind of didn't ever stop. 3 to 5 tips on being a good field commander. Make sure your players trust or at least obey in you. Pick players for tanks. Like, obviously you don't always have a choice, but at least try and have specific RT and specific scout slash bat chat, depend on the tier you're playing. But specific players, specific tank types. Like, I don't know, I have my 2, 3, 4 people I really like to have in my TDs if I play with CDs, and same for bat chats, and 2, 3 players for RTs, and even for like 50Bs and stuff. Try and have specific players for that kind of thing. That's really good. And try and get some people you trust, which are loud, which help you with, and which are also not stupid, or not too stupid, which help you with calling out focus fire and stuff like that when you're on the other end of the map, or you're busy, or you're dying, or you're fighting yourself. Having that kind of stuff really, really is helpful. Any other tips? Don't just copy tactics. Copying tactics sucks because most people just. You see one video, because I know a lot of people copy my tactics, and that's completely fine with me, otherwise I wouldn't be uploading them, but, people see one video of me doing whatever, and they're like, okay, you send 5v5 there, and 8 bat chats there, and whatever. I was just saying random shit. Let's do the same, because Omni or Genghis did it. It doesn't work like that. I have an idea, I scout, I see, I know how I'm going to react. If you don't understand what the point of my tactic is, which could be like controlling a certain position, or I want to get I don't know, whatever. If you don't understand that because I didn't explain it, or you don't see it, or you didn't see like 50 videos of the same tactic, rather come up with your own stuff. Inspire yourself. If you see like, oh, I see what he did there, right? But actually, I'm gonna change it like this. That's great. Or even if you really understand something, copy it, okay? But don't just blindly copy tactics. Whoops. Try and come up with your own stuff. That's really gonna help you the most. Or understand what you're doing and don't just copy. That would be that. What is your, favorite tier 10 medium tank? What would you say your favorite tier 10 medium tank is and why? Well, I guess I already answered that bat chat. I guess bat chat. What do I think Wargaming should change apart from RT? Maps. Maps is really what's annoying me the most at this point in the game. I just feel like all the maps are corridor maps. There's not enough new maps. There's not enough change, and the maps in general, there's very few good maps. Very few maps I'm like, oh, finally this map again. Do you also feel that Unicum have retarded RNG? Honestly, no. Oh, I know a lot of people believe in like bad players having better RNG, or at least say they believe, or I don't know. I don't. I think RNG is the same for everyone, it's just maths. Yeah. I guess we have most of the big questions done. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Obviously, remember to check out my stream, and see you next time. Bye bye. And obviously, leave me a comment if you liked this and how you found this and stuff like that. So yeah, make sure you like, subscribe.